What's up, everybody? Jerry Chuk here from Droptine Ridge, and we have an exciting episode for you today. That's right, Zack and I are heading northbound, and we're going over the Mackinaw Bridge. We're headed to deer camp. We're going to be hanging trail cameras, and we're going to be scouting out some new spots. Now, first things first, this is not a video that I'm going to be teaching you on how to or any tips for that matter. This is simply an inside look at what I'm looking for when I'm finding my spots and what's worked for me in the past up in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So stay tuned, because you're not going to want to miss it. We are in Michigan's Upper Peninsula right now. Me and Zach, we're going to be doing a little recon mission, and we're heading to the woods. We got dumped on with a bunch of water last night. A couple inches, I'd have to say. The parking lot was absolutely flooded. The woods are nasty, and we're going to get in there and get our feet and hands dirty. We're going to hang some trail cameras in preparation of the upcoming season. And hopefully we'll be coming back in November with some big bucks on there, and just something to get excited about. Right now we're just checking out the land. Looks like the loggers really murdered a couple areas, so we'll have to get used to that. But for now, it's time to keep driving until we find that sweet spot. Got to keep the bugs away. So essentially right now we are at the far end of a clear cut right now, and we're following this trail. It's going parallel to the clear cut, and we're just gonna look in a good area here, hopefully find a couple runways. We got this nice one here, and see if we can get it where a couple of them meet. Hang camera, come back in November, and hopefully there'll be some big bone on there. So right behind me, we have a clear cut here, and there's a bunch of trails that are running parallel to this clear cut. We found a couple beds, a bunch of old rubs. So we're hanging this camera here because a lot of times when we come up here, there's deer in these clear cuts, and we're thinking that they're going to stage right back in here and then head out to those clear cuts. So we got this camera on a nice trail, nice runway, and we're hoping, that Zach will have a couple nice deer on here when we come back in November. One thing's for sure, it's all up in the air when you come into these spots and you don't know much about them. So that's kind of what we're doing, is we're just getting an inventory of what's in the area. So on to the next spot. That right there is why I go back this far. It's just hellacious, but it keeps everybody out of here for the most part. That right there was not easy to go through. But like I said, these are the spots that nobody goes back into, so these deer get pushed in here. And your 10 to 2 sets are awesome, but we got to keep going, man. These flies are terrible. Way back in the swamp. We're on an island. It's a nice island. It's pretty big, and it is in the middle of nowhere. I've hunted here the last 2 years, and I changed it up a little bit last year. Well, I'm changing it up again this year. I'm going on the side of it. I put this mock scrape here, and hopefully we'll get some pictures. But I had bucks just cruising this leeward side of this ridge here in season 1 of the deer camp episode, and I had one nice one, but I wasn't paying attention. He caught me off guard, and he slipped on by. So we're gonna hang this camera now and kind of walk and scout the area. There were some fresh droppings over there, so they're definitely using this area still. But you know what I like about it is it's way back here away from everyone. I know I had a guy come up on me last year, but I was on the other side closer to private. This side here is further away, and a lot of times these deer, they get pushed in here from the mainland, and they hang out here. In 10 to 2, it's usually pretty killer. I've done very, very well over the years on islands, on big public land tracks like this. So, like I said, we're going to take a walk around here, hang the cam, and hopefully have something worth shooting this fall. Just got the mock scrape up, and this is where we're going to set our blind. This is where we had it 2 years ago. Essentially, we're going to be able to shoot all this behind us. Right back in there is where we made our mock scrape. You got a nice shooting lane right here, and then on this side of the ridge you can shoot pretty well too. A lot of the deer, they actually came when I sat here from down in there where we made that mock scrape, but there is bedding over here, and that's where I hunted last year, but that guy kind of threw me off. I didn't like that, so that's why I decided to come back this way further. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them this year. You know, like I said, usually you get off these beaten paths on these islands way back here, and yeah, you're really doing something then, because you're getting away from all the pressure. But we can see a long ways here. That doe came that I shot in season 1 came all the way from right here, and she came, kind of struggling there, all the way around, and I shot her right up there. So it's a pretty good area, you know. It's well back here, about 3/4 of a mile, and it's pretty nasty to get to. There's some hardwoods up on this ridge. Other than that, it's pretty swampy and marshy. A lot of bears. Hopefully our trail camera will survive it if it has any encounters. But for now, it's time to get back, because I'm covered in sweat, and I think Zach's waiting for me at the road.